Alright guys, so welcome back. What we're doing here right now is basically we are in Figma, alright. And what we're doing in Figma is we're trying to just prototype the look and the feel of the website before we jump into Wix and kind of get it designed, because I guess that will provide us a little bit more clarity and allow us to iterate, like do much more faster iterations. Because what's happening is Wix a little bit slow to be I mean, in a nutshell, just to sum up what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna try pivot to focusing now on just building the prototype out and the content document for the site, so that it's very well structured, right? The content document is what I'm creating on Obsidian, which is a free markdown tool. Think about it like Notion, but like offline. All right, great for note taking. So I'm gonna just build out the content for the website. It's the who, what, why, where, how for my website, right? So just for simplicity's sake, saying who, right? Who we are. So we are a video company. What, which is as in what do we do? We help businesses create videos, right? I'm just gonna do another iteration. We help brands create cool videos. How? With our systemized process of video editing. Systemized and streamlined process of video editing. With our expertise, systemized and streamlined process of video editing. Who, what, how, when. When is in an era where everything is turning towards video. Who, what, why. The why. All right, so why are we doing this? Well, the reason that we're trying to get, the reason why we are creating a video company is because video is becoming more and more important these days, and it's hard to find good video editors, right? It's hard to find that good editor for your brand or your business, and then to communicate and to it's a problem for both the people, the client and the video editor, right? We're trying to bridge this gap together, which is clients do not know how to communicate to video editors, and similarly there are so many new video editors that are being developed and produced in today's market that they don't simply do not know how to communicate to clients, how do you systemize your process, how do you communicate pricing, how do you send out revisions, variations, how do you go about editing a particular video for this particular style A or style B or style C. Clients need clarity on to what style they even need, right? They don't, sometimes most clients do not know what they need. They know what they want, but they don't know what they need for their brand, right? We're trying to build a system and a platform and a company that will maybe solve the problem of video editing for clients. And who are these clients? Like, who are they? These clients, so who are our clients. I'm just gonna log this while I brainstorm, right? So why are we doing this? To help people looking for good video editors. Obviously these are all internal points. You need to build on top of this, right? You need to use the right marketing keywords, the right way to attract people. But this is simply internal for you and your company, for you to reflect on, like, why am I doing this, who we are, what do we do, who are our clients. This is important for you to build on top of. This does not go onto your website, right? This is something that you will have to refine. So why? To help people looking for good video editors. who are our clients is an important question. Product stylists, creative directors, CMOs of companies, small businesses, event managers or event companies rather, right? So event managers, product stylists. I'm already working with a couple of event managers. I'm already working with a couple of product stylists. I've worked with a CMO before for their startup in a fintech brand, and we made videos for them. And after speaking to a lot of people and a lot of clients, right, even in Y Combinator, the main thing that they keep stressing on is talking to users and talking to people. And after talking to a lot of clients, like even having like a one-to-one sit down, I can understand their problem of not having the right editor or the right designer for their projects, right? A lot of people want good video editors, and when I say good, what does good mean, right? Anyone can be good, but good for them means like, you know, they're able to brainstorm with them, they're able to provide suggestions to them, they're able to help them navigate different styles and execute on those styles. They're able to communicate effectively, like, hey, this is what's possible within this time, and keeping them informed, you know, since the world is transitioning into a gig economy or more freelancer oriented economy wherein people are going to be sitting at home, connecting with other people across the world and working with them. It's going to become important to learn how to do this sustainably and systematically. So yeah, that being said, product stylists, creative directors, CMOs, small businesses, event managers, and I think people in the, I haven't worked with them in the past, but for video, but real estate would be a growing market, I believe. So real estate developers and agents, they need their videos to pop and showcase their properties, right? Product stylists need videos for their video ads that they work on. Creative directors of companies need videos to be edited in a cool way. CMOs need videos to be made for their SaaS businesses, for their whatever businesses. Small businesses always need videos for showcasing new products or what's happening in and around their business. Event managers need videos for their after movies, for their whatever. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna swap this charger of mine because my battery is running low on the laptop. Yeah. And event managers, event people need like a lot of videos. Apart from videos, I mean, I'm using the word videos, but we also do like motion graphic creatives. We do like event creatives, which is like teasers and stuff like that. There is a new opening market for 3D videos. The TAM is a bit small because it's an expensive service, right? Since it's an expensive service, not a lot of people would like to spend that amount of money to make a 3D video because it's just one video, and spending upwards of like 20k, 25k on a video can go up to a lakh, more than that sometimes. You might as well be making that ROI. You need to see that ROI, and a lot of people don't see that ROI. Even I don't recommend 3D videos to everyone. It's for people who would like to. It's like it's a good thing to have for sure, but it's not something that you need, right? What you need is simple, cool videos that kind of really it's really about the structure of your video. It's really about what your video is about, right? Editing is one part that I'm trying to solve, that is correct, but what your video really is about, like the structure, the story, how you kind of shoot it also, all of these are small points, but definitely what your video is about, what problem is it solving for the user watching it, is more important rather than everything else, right? So there's no justification that the more money you spend, the better money you'll make back. You can invest more money into making things a bit more good looking, because if the more money you spend, you'll be able to create more iterations, right? And then let's say instead of having one video, you have 5 varieties of videos that you can A, B, C, D test and see which one works the best. If you plan on, spend do inorganic marketing and spend money on ads, you can test out which video kind of works best. So that's also a way of, if you have a bigger budget, you can do that, anyways. So I think who, what, why, how, when, why is pretty straightforward and clear. Who are our clients is pretty straightforward and clear, right? I want to make like an about us / our story, right? So I mean, for some of you who might know or don't know, or people that are just new to this channel, a little background, a little bit story time. So we're just gonna stay away from this. My life has always been unpredictable. In fact, I never knew I would be someone getting into video editing or design. So let me just give you a small story, right? My story starts 7 years ago, wherein I wanted to become a YouTuber, and because of that ambition of trying to become a gaming YouTuber, I had to eventually learn Photoshop and video editing, right? If you're a YouTuber, you got to edit your videos. I was like 16 years old, 15 years old at the time, and I really wanted to become a YouTuber. All right, we used to play like Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation, and other cool games like CS, Counter-Strike, and stuff like that. And I wanted to become a YouTuber, because it's so much fun playing with friends and stuff like that. And because of that ambition of trying to become a YouTuber and forcing myself to learn video editing and Photoshop, in the journey of me exploring what Photoshop and what Premiere Pro and all, I mean, those were not my first video editing tools. The first tool that I ever used was something called Windows Movie Maker, right? If you guys know what Windows Movie Maker is, awesome, you passed the millennial test. You probably are boomers by now. But Windows Movie Maker then explored something called Sony Vegas Pro. I used to use Audacity. Audacity is still a great tool, but Sony Vegas, Windows Movie Maker, I tried some other bunch of editors which was really bad, and then I discovered Premiere Pro like 3 years later of using Sony Vegas for almost a year and a half, using Windows Movie Maker for almost a year. I discovered Premiere Pro. It was a cool software and tool, and I was like, wow, this is insane. And Photoshop was something that I discovered like right from the very start, like from CC 2015 or 14 version is what I initially started using. And I mean, how I got into like providing services and stuff, that's a story. Okay, so one day someone came up to me and asked me like, hey Ian, can you design this profile picture for me for my Steam profile? Steam is like a gaming library, it's a gaming software, look it up on Google. I'll pay you 50 rupees, can you design this profile picture for me? Wow. And I was like, wow, you can get paid for this stuff. I just learned something over the internet. Someone is offering me 50 rupees to design, just put some shapes together, and I'm getting paid 50 bucks, right? At the age of 16 rupees, and 50 Indian rupees, okay, not dollars. So I was like, wow, you can get paid for this stuff. And then I just started to explore money, what money is, and understanding that money can be exchanged for goods and services, and discovered the word entrepreneurship. And I just started to design and play around with Photoshop more and more, and just started put out my stuff on Instagram. I just started putting out my stuff. I just designed for fun. I tried designing CSGO skins. I tried doing different stuff with Photoshop and then Illustrator as well. And I found my passion for designing. I really love designing stuff. Or rather, to rephrase what I just said, is I really love creating stuff, right? That's something I realized like a year and a half ago, is that, hey, I love creating art. It's not just designing. It's not just making videos. It's not just, trying to make music. It's about creating. It's about doing things and creating stuff at the end of the day, right? That I like. And that's my passion. And I would never want to stop creating. I'm creating a video right now for matter's sake. But that's how I got into like design and video editing. And then what happened over the years is someone asked me that, hey, can you design this flyer for my event? He was a club promoter, and he wanted like a flyer to be made. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I designed it, but the only Kida or the that extra thing that you want to do sometimes to make it look more cool and fancy. What I did was I just animated it on Premiere Pro, which is not used for animating static designs, but I took it into Premiere Pro and I animated that flyer, and that went very well for him, and that went very well for me also. I got a lot of inquiries from that. And when I was in this was like just joining college days, and when I was in college, it just struck me that hey, we're all good at something or the other in life, but we never really know how to monetize our skills. How do we make money from it? And I was like, I'm going to solve this problem in college. And I brought together a group of friends, and I just said like, hey, let's just start a company, let's just do something, and then we just came up with a name. That name happened to be Jinx Network, and we like the word jinx because jinx is a phrase when two people say the same thing at the same time, and our idea was when two people say the same thing at the same time, it's jinx. So much so that we also ideate and execute those ideas together. I'm just gonna put my charger in because this bad boy is gonna die. Yeah. So what happened after that was so we just randomly happened to do any work, anything. We just created a brand, which is, I thought like creating a brand is better than going up to a person directly and saying like, hey, can I design this for you, or can I edit this video for you? When you create a brand, like people see you differently, right? And branding is all about perception, and that's why I'm a big branding kind of guy as well. I love how branding works, right? Marty Neumer, sorry about messing his name up, but he said a very important thing. A brand is not what you say it is, it's what they say it is. It's what people think about you, and not what you tell yourself that you are good at. So it's what you throw out to the public and what they make up of you. And once I understood a little bit about branding, obviously we created a brand, Jinx Network. I was learning and I was applying at the same time. What I was learning, applying. I was not like learning and then waiting and then applying it. Whatever I learned, like build a website, okay, cool, let's build a website on Wix. I built our first Jinx website on Wix. How do you create a logo, design a logo, learn Photoshop, followed a tutorial, and I learned how to use blending modes. And whatever I learned, I applied in the very next minute or second, all right? And I never iterated or anything. I was just like make. And yeah, that's how I like built our own website and designed the logo, then learned a little bit of brand strategy. Then I understood, okay, cool, that means we need a strategic plan, which is like your mission, your vision, your values, your why. All of that is super, super important at the end of the day. And I know this conversation has segued a lot, but I'll probably cut this out and keep this as a separate video if it's required, honestly. But the other thing that I wanted to say is we started off just doing random stuff. Whether you wanted a video, we would shoot it, we would edit it. You wanted social media marketing, cool. We'll think of like 10 posts, 15 posts. We'll think of them, we'll write the content, we'll design them, here you go. You need branding, cool. We'll design a logo. You want brand strategy, cool. We'll create a questionnaire, we'll do a quick workshop with you, understanding who you are, what you do, what's your mission, vision, values, why. Everything was bootstrapped, everything was bootlegged, everything was learned from the internet. We didn't pay any money to learn what we provided, all right? And I have never spent a single penny to learn what I do today. I've built over 20-30 websites. I've edited over 300 or 400 videos personally. I think I'll just say I've saved over 10,000 Photoshop files. Like you just can guess how many Photoshop exports I have taken basis on that number. I've spoken to a lot of clients, built out my family's business, achieved good success in my freelance journey. Jinxed was, that's my timer. Jinxed was a great community. So since I wanted to solve that problem, right, and Jinx, just going back, right, everyone is good at something or the other in life, but we just didn't know how to monetize our skills. I started to teach people for free back in college, wherein I used to just send like a Google form. They can select what topics they want to learn. Whichever topics gets the most amount of votes, I would prepare a presentation for that week and teach to them. All right. And we had 4 departments. We had design, marketing, sales, web development, and design, marketing, sales. Yeah, 4 departments, I believe so. So and the idea here was to kind of get people to learn, and then once you learn, then we can onboard you onto like a client project wherein you can help us out with that project, right? Because it was always me that was executing the work. The only mistake or problem, I wouldn't say it's a mistake or a problem because I'll tell you how it panned out, is I didn't charge any money to people joining this community or company. You could join for free, you can learn for free, and then you hop onto a project where I pay you money to execute what you just learned. So that was jinxed, and that failed a little bit miserably because it didn't fail. I think I was in the process of making pivots, but I didn't get a chance to pivot. Doing this might have not made me money in the community side of things. As a company, I've always made profit, right? But in a community side of things, it didn't make me any money. But just because I taught people, I spent that time into interacting with community members, that built a very strong culture in the community, all right? And that culture translated into getting business referrals. It translated into having a strong company culture of people just loving it, being with the company and the community, right? And that, looking back right now at it really shows that having a good company culture is very important. A lot of companies kind of miss out on that, right? It maybe the community did not make money, and it was not sustainable for me because the reason it paused and kind of shut later, because I got burnt out teaching people every week and like managing everything, being the community manager, the person who's also working on client projects and teaching people, and doing all the dishes together was burning me out. And I sucked at delegation, I sucked at business management and planning, I sucked at firing people, because a lot of people said that, Ian, you're too lenient, you need to fire this person. I sucked at doing that. I was 19 or 20 years old at that time, and I sucked at it. I'm just not the type of person to fire. I've never been able to fire someone, right? I mean, whatever it was, I learned a bunch of stuff from these experiences. We worked with over 50 to 80 clients in Jinxed. Even we ran it for 2.5, 3 years. I'm saying we, which is me and the community members. I felt like everyone is a founder of Jinxed in the community, because this is something that I didn't know that I would end up doing. Like, this was not something that was planned in my life. I literally thought I was going to be driving rickshaws, which I thought was really cool because you can drive around and get paid for. I never knew I would be running an agency ever in my life, to becoming a freelancer, to working with clients in India, the US, abroad, UAE, Canada. I mean, I had never dreamt about this stuff ever in my life. Because of chasing this ambition of trying to become a YouTuber, it led me down to an unpredictable path, and that unpredictable path led me down to another unpredictable path, and so on and so on, has just led me to here, wherein during this part I've met some really cool people, made some amazing connections, made a lot of money. I'm not going to say a lot of money. I've made decent amount of money. I'm not like rich or anything like that. I believe in living sustainably and living to according what your means are and what you need in life. I don't think you need a lot of money to have an enjoyable life in this world. You just need some amount of it. Money is important. It solves problems. It allows you to solve problems a little bit faster, but you can still enjoy your life without it also. You don't need money to enjoy your life. That is definitely what I believe in. And I mean, that is a little bit about my journey. And now, so during Jinx, I started like Stitch Network, which is, I co-founded it with someone, and that went well. We did amazing amount of work. We learned a lot of stuff. We made a lot of money also, built a lot of connections as well. But markets changed, things had to pivot, you had to niche down. But I realized that I'm more of a person that likes to do more of design and tech kind of oriented work, and our model had switched into something else, and we still had to prove this model out in our second year of doing business, and there was not enough time to prove this model out, and situations on my personal end required me to do certain other things, right? So I unfortunately had to dissolve that entity, and now I'm starting out after taking a little bit break for myself and working on a few projects myself, like freelancing and stuff. I've identified a few problems in the industry or the world, and I'm trying to apply a concept and try to solve these problems using design technology. The same things that I preach about, which is I love solving problems using design and technology. Instead of doing this for other people, I'm going to do it for myself, and I'm going to test it out and see how it works. Works, it works. It fails, it fails. Try something else after that, right? So, yep, that's a little bit about me in a nutshell. I like how I've segued from building the content for my website to kind of giving you a quick background storyline about who am I, what I do, what's my journey like. So people out there can actually connect with and understand where I'm coming from, and maybe relate at certain points, maybe all the points, I don't know. But if I was able to provide you some clarity, or if you can provide me some clarity as well, I'm happy to connect down in the comments below or wherever you're watching this video. I don't even know where this video will come out and when it will come out. So cheers to that. But yeah, building out the content for a website on Obsidian. Who, what, how, when, why, very important. About us, our story is something that I'm working on. Once I'm done with this, I will move back into the prototyping phase, which is like the UI UX. You could say UI UX. Get out like a very top level, low fidelity kind of UI UX done. And once I'm happy with it, I don't want to perfect it by all means. Again, MVP, right? We're trying to think about not perfecting it at all. Minimum viable product. There's also another concept called MAP, which is minimum awesome product, which I'll come to next. But when I start building this MVP, once I have this ready, I will make the website out of it. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Cheers, all the best. I think I'm done for shooting this video for now. If there's another topic that comes through, I will record it for sure. Cheers.